Hi folks, how you doing? This is Iqbal. Some people ask me how high Nvidia can go after earnings. So I did this analysis using financials, forward PE, and earnings growth to do the price projection for Nvidia after earnings. This analysis will improve your decision making regarding selling or holding Nvidia stock after earnings so you can maximize or increase your returns or profit. Now, let's get started. Starting with the financial analysis, I put together the summary of the financial data for last 6 quarters in this table. And also, I have column I and column J for year-over-year comparison and quarter-over-quarter comparison. So as you can notice in all these areas, NVIDIA is doing an outstanding job, much better than other AI companies. Some AI companies are good in one area but lagging in other areas. But that's not true for NVIDIA. NVIDIA is doing a better job in all areas of their financial numbers. So starting with the revenue, year over year, you see that 262% increase and quarter over quarter 17.8% increase. Net income, same story, 629% increase year over year and 21% quarter over quarter. Profit margin percentage, gross margin percentage, earnings before interest, taxes, and depreciation margin percentage, all three areas outstanding growth. EPS actuals also year over year 461% increase, quarter over quarter 18% increase. Free cash flow per share is going up each quarter. Debt to equity ratio going down each quarter and also year over year. Now let's dig into further on the EPS. So on the EPS side, I put together the summary of the EPS projections and EPS actuals for last 7 quarters. You can notice that in all 7 quarters, with the exception of just one quarter, Nvidia was able to beat the earnings. On average for last 6 quarters is about 16%. I also have the earnings projections for next 4 quarters. So my numbers are not taking into account the split. So after the split, you can divide these numbers by 10. That will look like this. You see here, I added another line and divided the earnings by 10. So this quarter, the earnings projections is 0.633. Next quarter going up, and the following quarter also going further up. So overall, next 4 quarters earnings growth is 25.5%, and that's very good. The very first question is how much earnings surprise Nvidia can do in this quarter. I made a separate video on this, but I can just give you quick summary. The last quarter Nvidia did 9.68%, and you can notice that in last 4 quarters the trend is down. So in this quarter, I'm not expecting Nvidia to do the earnings surprise more than 10%. Probably it would be between 8 to 9%, in my opinion. Now, let's do forward P analysis and come up with the price projections for after earnings. I updated this table the last 30 days adjusted closing price and also the EPS forward, EPS trailing 12 months, and I also calculated the P ratio with respect to trailing 12 months and the P ratio with respect to forward EPS. We also call it forward P ratio. Another table I have here, in this table I capture the trailing P and the forward P for last 12 quarters and also the median, mean, average and the maximum for those forward PE as you see here. The third table I have here that gives me earning actuals, earning projections, and the earning surprise. I also have this table I calculate the minimum, average, and the maximum earning surprise using these numbers. Now I'm ready to calculate the price projections for Nvidia that should be valid after earnings. I came up with these numbers, min, average, and the maximum. Let me go over the formula with you. For the minimum, I'm using the first factor, that is H4, and this is EPS forward. The second factor is Q32, and that is the median forward PE, this one. And the third factor I'm using is Q39, that is the earnings surprise, the minimum value. Okay. On top of it, I'm also using the fourth factor. I'm factoring in the 8.81% earnings surprise in this quarter. So I am inflating NVIDIA price projections by 8.18%. So that gives me 107.80 as the minimum value. And for the average, I'm using the same formula except the fact for the second factor, I'm using the forward P average value, that is S32, and the third factor S39, that is the earnings surprise, the average value, and that is this one. And the fourth factor, you already know, I'm adding up 8.18% price increase on Nvidia for the same reason I just told you. So that gave me the average value of 142.91. And for the maximum, same formula, H4, that is EPS forward, and then T32, that's the second factor, and that is the maximum value of the forward PE. And the third factor is T39, that is the earnings surprise, the maximum value. And the fourth factor, I'm adding up 8.18% price increase on Nvidia because I think Nvidia should be able to provide 8.18% earnings surprise in this quarter. So that gives me the maximum value for Nvidia 167.31. So I'm expecting Nvidia to move between these two values, 107 and 167, in the next quarter after earnings. So that should be valid from 828 till the following earnings, and that would be sometime end of November. So next 3 months, this price range, in my opinion, makes sense. And again, this is based on my assumptions and my understanding. So you may agree or disagree to my analysis. Please write in the comment section what do you guys think. And also, I uploaded this file onto my Patreon account. So if you are an exclusive member, you can access this file from there. So whenever I show some Excel file in my videos, I always upload those files into my Patreon account. So that's an added advantage of becoming my exclusive Patreon member. So that's all about Nvidia price projections for next quarter after earnings. I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you more in the next video. Take care.